例えば日本語では山水が漢字に入ったら、まあ、何なのか分かんなくてもその
In Japanese, 三頭筋っていう筋肉。
But you can also split it like 筋、球児、対戦、弦。Dude, listen to me, okay? You might not know kanji now, but once you learn them, you can never go back.
今日は漢字の好きなところについて外国人に聞いてみるよ。
Let's find out!
こんにちは、全人類と友達になる男もミスターフジです。そして
アナです。
です。
本です。
今日のテーマは外国人が思う漢字の素晴らしさについて。
漢字 amazing。
この前日本語の素晴らしさについてっていうのでみんなに日本語のここがすごいなって思いますみたいな話をした時に結構漢字についてもちょっと触れたと思うのね、でその時に日本人としてあんまり認識してなかったいいところがあるよっていうのを教えてもらったから、じゃあちょっと漢字についてもみんなが思う素晴らしいと思うことがあれば教えてほしいなと思って今日この企画をやらせてもらってます。
いいや。勉強しやすいです。
お前だけな。
Only for you.
そう。
4 ちゃん。漢字のおかげで JLPT パスしました。
Wait, seriously?
まあまあね。
ポールは中国語のネイティブだから漢字なんなら日本人よりも知ってるかもしれない。3人はゼロから勉強してる漢字。
そう
中国語ネイティブと日本語以外の言語と、まあ、日本人っていう観点から漢字の素晴らしさについて話をしていきたいと思います。それでは行ってみましょう。ここがすごいなって思うことがある人。
はいはい、あるある。
はい、アナさん。
まず一つ目としては漢字はね読めないのに理解できるのがすごい。
You're right, you're right, you're right. You're totally right, Anna.
大丈夫大丈夫。
めっちゃ盛り上がる。The word fire extinguisher. I don't know how to read that because I didn't study the kunyomi back in high school. But then I was like, this is like erase fire tool. Oh, it's a fire extinguisher. I don't know how to read it.
なるほどね。消火器って読めなくても消す火って書いてあるから分かるってことか。はあ、なるほど。勢いがすごすぎるんや。かわいそうや。あら戻すからなんか。
When you are trying to read a document or like read something online and it's like you have no idea how to actually like read out loud but you understand what it's saying.
True, true, true.
でも本当そうだね。
That's true. だから、ほとんどの中国人は日本語知らなくてもなんとなくわかる。
いやさ、これ本当かどうかわかんないんだけど、日本語能力検定っていう JLPT っていう、まあみんなね、日本に住む外国人だったら受けてるテストがあるんだけど、中国語ネイティブの人は N2 より N1 が一番ね難しいんだけど、N1 の方がパスしやすい。なんでかって言ったら N1 の方が漢字がいっぱい出てきて意味わかるから日本語全然わかんなくてもパス余裕みたいな。
うわそうでもないかも。2回フェルしましたから。まあいると思う。いると思う。
そう。英語は意味を知らなかったらさ結構難しくない？
例えば日本語では山水が漢字に入ったら、まあ、何なのか分かんなくてもその、まあ、水に関わるものでしょって言うけど、そうそうそうそうっていうことが分かるけど英語でもこう難しい言葉になったらハイドロとかが入ってるからそれを推測できるんちゃできるけど多分日本語の方がそういう推測できるところが圧倒的に多い。
いやそうね、それはそう思うわ。それハイドロって水系のことでしょ。ハイドロポンプのハイドロわかる？あれ何ハイドロポンプね。
ポケモンの話。ポケモンの話。
カミックスがよくやるやつ。漢字は大体象形文字だからわかるけど
象形文字
英語の方が難しいもんね多分。
Kanji seems to be like really, the learning curve is really high, right? But imagine if you have everything written in hiragana instead. Because kanji has like meaning baked into the shape of the character itself, you can kind of infer what the meaning is, right? So say for example, like you're reading like a story or something like that, and everything is written in hiragana. It's very difficult, right? Because like there's so many kanji that have the same reading.
Yeah.
Right. Like this word could be either this kanji or this kanji. Which one is it? And the whole sentence would change depending on like which kanji it's meant to be. But if it's written in hiragana, it's completely hard to. Yeah. It's quite difficult to get, right?
Yeah. In that case, it's very difficult for me to differentiate the particles and the verbs.
Yeah. Yeah.
subject instead.
Right.
So-
Exactly. Yeah.
例えばこれって読み方わかる？
わかる。
何？
返すもの。
返すもの
分かってないかな。じゃあこれの意味なんだと思う？
返して戻る。
そう
でしょ？
要は返すことなんよね。
そう。
Yes.
これの読み方返礼って言って結構日本人の中でも難しい読み方になるんだけど、全然返礼っていう読み方知らなくても
そう
意味がみんなわかるってすごいよね。
Another one like this would be 借金。
借金。
借金だってわからんけど、
借
金
借りるお金ね。
はいはい。
Yeah, like I couldn't read like Senengapi. What the heck's a Senengapi?
So-
Can't
Yeah.
say that to me.
セレンガ
But then like you can read it in terms of born,
生まれる年。
the day that you were born. Oh, Tanjobi kana? That's what I thought.
いつも電話で聞かれるセレンガピって何って聞くんですよ。セレンガピ何？誕生日か。
動物の名前？
それ買ってないよ。If you look at anatomy, for example, like muscle groups, it's like literally, you know, the translation between English and Japanese like is so direct. It's kind of funny in some way, right?
Yeah.
So, for example, in English, triceps, like the muscle on the back of your arm, it's made up of 3 heads,
Yeah.
right? The long head, the medial head, and the lateral head of the tricep, right? In Japanese, san to kin っていう
Yes.
筋肉です。
なるほどね。3つの頭の筋肉って書いて三頭筋なんですよ。
三頭筋。
あーで
バイセプも同じでしょ。
え？
バイセプ。
But yeah, I forget what.
二頭筋？
二頭筋。
Nidoking? Yeah. So 1, 2, right?
Yeah.
And I forget what the one is. One for lats, the latissimus dorsi, the one that it's like
Hiking.
hiroi senaka.
広背筋。
広背筋。
What's the supporter again?
え？
The
あ、
supporter.
大胸筋矯正サポート。
大胸筋。
いや筋肉の話じゃない
But anyway, the point is that
わかりやすい。
yeah, it's very easy to understand. So even though I may not, so at the gym, for example, all the machines are kind of labeled like this is for santokin, this is for whatever. Even if I can't read what the actual meaning is, oh, this machine is for the wide back muscle. Okay, that's probably the lats. Okay, you know.
でもね、丸ごともあるんですよ。
マジですか？
そうそう。漢字だけ見ると、違う意味もあるかもしれない。
Like?
Like?
例えば、愛人ってどう思います？好きな人でしょ？
愛に人って書いて
あ、愛してる人ね。
愛してる人ね。
でしょ？
愛人ね。
よく友達とか説明するとき、愛人会いに行くって言うけど、みんななんか違う顔されたんだ。なんでだろうなと思って。
なんで？
ね。
はい
恋人と愛人で一緒じゃないですか。
でしょ？と思ってたよ。
日本語では愛人って浮気する人というかチーリングする人みたいな意味だけど中国語ではどういう意味なの？彼女とかその妻って意味？
同じ。
Wow. So you cheat on your wife and your girlfriend regularly?
No, you just call your wife or your girlfriend the person you love.
Ah, I see.
Your lover.
I see.
Japan has that because like you have koibito, right?
うん。
They have koi but no eye.
Oh. 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 Oh.
中国語ネイティブからしたら同じ漢字なのに意味が違うもんがあるっていうのが困るってことで。
そうです
あー
言いたいことあります。
はい
Okay.
どうぞ。
So the rate at which you can read kanji is like so much faster than saying English, I think, comparatively. So I will explain. So my mom, right? She's a Japanese woman. She can read Japanese, obviously, and she's fluent in English, right? And so one time as a family trip, we went to Himeji, right? And like you know how at these like museums or like castles or historic sites, yeah, they have like information. Depending on the place, they'll have like in multiple languages, English, Japanese, whatever, right? And since she can read both English and Japanese, I asked her, which one do you read? Right? And she's, oh, the Japanese one, obviously. And I thought to myself that just makes no sense because like, because it you know, I can read some kanji, right? But like going through it all, I had to be like one at a time kind of thing, right? To get it, right? Whereas in English, like you kind of do the same thing, but I could do it a bit faster. But my mom, she's saying she just goes from one corner to the bottom corner, just reads in a diagonal line like this, and she can just scan the whole block of text, find the important kanji, and be able to understand like, oh, this paragraph is about such and such kind of thing, instead of having to go through every single line to get all the details. She can just get the important parts and think like, oh, this is what this paragraph is about.
斜めで読んでるの普通に。
読めない。
速読できる人は斜めでよく読むから、多分アロンのお母さんは早いんだろうね。速読できる読める人なんだろうね。
Yeah. Whereas in English, right, you don't have like the same like, symbolic weight behind the words that you have to go through every single line in English
To understand.
to understand the meaning. Like so, like I can read decently fast in English, but like you still have to go through almost every line to be able to understand what's going on, right?
Yeah.
Whereas in Japanese, it's so visually, the impact visually is there, right? You just go shoot, okay, got it, kind of thing.
だから目で見るだけで情報がパッと入ってくるってことね。
So whereas in English you have to read the word and see how it's like fits within the other words in the sentence. So like imagine you're either reading a newspaper or like a story or something like that, and like all the kanji was replaced with like the yomikata, right, and hiragana, right? Like that would be horribly hard, wouldn't you think? Right?
Totally agree.
Like not only would like the length of the text itself be super long, it's horribly inefficient to read, right? Because whereas kanji you can just read it, pop it,
Sure.
なるほどね。
but like with hiragana you have to go through every single character, right? And sometimes you don't know what the meaning is, right? Because so much kanji has the same meaning.
The headlines would just cover the whole picture.
Right, and if you don't have spacing in between, imagine if it was all hiragana, you can't, like you were saying.
I can't.
It's
can't.
hard to tell like what the particle
Yes.
is, what the subject matter.
Is it this
Yeah.
belongs to this word? When
Yeah.
緊急事態宣言。
どういうことなんやろ。わからなかった。何を突っ込んでいいか。
For example, if you say like 緊急事態宣言 and it was all in hiragana, you might end up reading something like
緊急事態宣言で12文字か。ひらがなだったら。これが漢字で書いたら緊急事態宣言で6文字ってことか。はあ、確かにね。2分の1やもんね。それ読む
それもあるし、
Yeah.
金、QG とか
9
別の組み合わせになっちゃう。
緊急事態
可能性
宣
もある。
そうそうそうそう。
yomikata ne?
そう
読み方。
Alright. So for example, you may see the kin, right?
Yeah.
Kyutai or something kind of like one
緊
word.
急態。
Like 緊急事
Or
How about,
Taisei.
how about we write it out first?
Yeah.
Let's write it out
Right,
first.
right, just the
It's hard to
hiragana, right?
imagine it
As in
without
the
editing
hiragana.
powers.
So you have it like this, right? And usually you'd split it like 緊急事態宣言, right? But you can also split it like 緊急事態宣言.
like you may mistake it.
Yeah.
Like for
Yeah.
someone, obviously a native speaker will be able to tell.
There, now he finally
For people like us,
Yeah.
we can mess it up.
君らまだそのレベルなの。
昔。
ああ、でもそうね、確かに。だって英語とかって
スペースがある。
そう、絶対に単語と単語の間にスペースがあるから終わりと始まり分かるけど、日本語ってずーっと続いてるから、ひらがなだったらどこが始まりか分かんないのか。うわ、勉強になるこれ。めっちゃ面白い。
That's why, like in children's books, right, when it's all hiragana, they have spaces between
Yeah.
all the particles and words, right?
Correct,
そうなん
correct.
Son, why are you asking me?
英語に比べて情報量がなんか多いんじゃないか、早く読めるっていうことね。はあ。
Someone from like a Latin language trying to learn something like Japanese or Chinese, right? The learning curve is much higher, right? Because like it doesn't have the same conventions as the language that we're familiar
Yeah.
with. But once you do get over that hump, you can read things so fast, right? As opposed to the other way around, where you have to go through everything, right?
Yeah. The learning curve sucks, but once you get past that,
Yeah.
だから最初はやっぱ嫌だったんじゃない？なんでこんなの。
Yeah, yeah.
of course.
しんどい。
お前は黙っとけ。
Yeah, I was always like reasoning with myself like, do I really have to study kanji? And then I came to Japan, I'm like, oh, I really have to study.
But it's such a cool feeling though that like, you know, say you get like a line message and it's all like kanji and you go, put, they walk out.
No,
That's
yeah.
such a cool feeling. Like, you just read it and go like, oh, like I know what you mean.
You start to recognize patterns after a
Yeah,
while,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
and you start
yeah.
to kind of like predict what people are going to say because you've seen it so many times.
Right.
I feel like every Japanese learner has this thing of like, wait, I have to learn another alphabet? Oh, okay, fine. I'll try without just learning words. And they learn hiragana and katakana. I was like, okay, now I can read Japanese. And then they encounter kanji. It's like, why the hell do you use kanji if you have already hiragana and katakana? Why do you need that? Like, there's no point in that. Why? And then you actually, because you have no choice, you do actually start learning kanji. And at some point when you reach, I don't know, maybe 1,000, 2,000 kanji, you know, like you get over the shogako level of kanji, and you hear another person who just started learning Japanese and says what you used to say, was like, why do you use kanji? You don't need it. Dude, listen to me, okay? You might not know kanji now, but once you learn them, you can never go back. Okay, it's so much easier.
Very true. It's
Yeah.
very true.
Yeah. Get over it, guys. Just learn kanji.
Yeah. Also, like a lot of people are see learning kanji as a hurdle, and it's like there's a lot of them, and it's annoying, and you have to write so much. But you can have fun with it though. Like you can make stories in order to remember the kanji. For example, one day I learned. I managed to remember the word for 盗む.
盗む
Yeah.
上が次で下が皿ってやつね
So the word I learned is like, oh, it's 次の皿. Because like when you get so hungry that you have nothing to eat, you are so desperate that you are just gonna steal the next plate.
食べてて
So
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Another interesting thing about kanji is that pictures make it really easy to understand. I mean, this is a very, very simple example, but take ki, hayashi, and mori, right? So you have a tree, and you have the woods, you know? And the Goldilocks walk into the woods, not that many trees. And then you have mori, ki. It's like a big forest.
many
Many keys. Yeah, exactly. So I think kanji is really like it's fun in that way. It kind of has like these little tidbits that you can find as you're studying it, and it makes sense. It's like, oh, it's a lot of trees.
If you put it like that, even otoko is like ta and chikara, right? Because they are working the land.
勉強するのもなんか楽しいってことね、
そう
文字の成り立ちが
ちょっと質問あるんだけど、
ほ
親切っていう言葉あるじゃん。
うほう、
で、それの漢字は
親を切る
それ親切ですか
親切の言葉の成り立ちを知ってる人はコメント欄までよろしくお願いします
Kiru za ryoshin.
親は大切にするんじゃない
あ
あ、
Nice. Oh, nice.
Good job. Nice.
はい、ということで今日は漢字の素晴らしさについて外国人のみんなに聞いてみました。どうだった？
どうだった？
どうだった
どうだった？
中国語ネイティブから見た時の日本語の漢字ってどんなイメージなの？間違えて書いたりしないの？
する間違ってて自分の中国語バージョンに変えてでも意味わかると思ってて全然いいね今パソコンあるから全部パソコン出してくるから
でもパソコンにさあの漢字わかるなと思っても読み方がわからなかったら打ち込めないの？
中国語の漢字切り替えてタイプして
便利やなそれでは次の動画でまたお会いしましょう。バイバイ。チャンネル
登録
おね
外
します